Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today is the flip through of the Steampunk journal. And needless to say, I didn't do a fourth video on decorating. I just thought I would show it all to you in the flip through. You know, it wasn't a very comfortable journal for me to do. I'm not very familiar with it. I do want to do another one in the future, just so I can say I busted it, you know. But I don't have a sneaky peek book at the moment, so I'm going to do a walkthrough of the garden. Come with me. All right, at this end, nothing has been much accomplished. I do need to feed the fish. They're very hungry. But here is my big pot that needs to go over here by the pole, and that'll be my watering waterfall system. I do need to get the filter. It goes into hostas right there. That has to come out before I can really get everything set up. Okay, let's feed the fish. I'm giving them their pond flakes. They act like they're hungry. Me and Mom went to Verona to eat today. So, you know, I don't get up until 11:30, 12. So they didn't get their breakfast, and I don't think they're awake when Roger leaves out of here. But my white water lilies are blooming. I got another one here. I think there's a bud right there that hasn't come out. And then there's one over there that's blooming. And my purple irises are still here, but the yellow ones have gone. I thought I'd show you the bees. They always get on anything that's floating. There's one on the wood, and then there's a couple on the roots. And, you know, so far I haven't messed with the roots because of that. I've got plenty of irises, so poor little guys, if that's what they can get on to get their water. They go down and they feed the babies with the water. Here's the hosta I was talking about that will hide my, it hides my filter. Oh gosh, what is that? I think that's a tree. I gotta get that out of there. But I made a little base down in here, and then all the hostas come up around it and they hide it. It's great. Oh, my thyme is going to town over here. My pinks kind of came out. They got a sandbriar in there with them. But these irises came out. They're a different iris. They're like a really large one. It's kind of hard to see one. Let me see if I can pull this away. They're not, oh, I can smell them. Ooh, look how pretty. And then my primroses, they're still blooming. My little spiderwort up there is blooming. I don't know, this is usually the frog pond. Usually there's just a frog or so that lives in here. I don't put any fish in here because it's so hot. I've plugged it up to water, a pump in the past, but it doesn't do so good. And this is the bog. It always has the duckweed and a frog or two. And then over here, my rock garden still needs the help. I need to got another tree to cut out of there. Oh, I just hadn't got in here and done anything. And then here's the very first pond I put in. This was like a kit that came from Walmart for $99. It had all kinds of, it had the pump. I think it did have a, something that fed into the pond, like the little pot up there, but that one's long gone. But I do have some fish in here. You can kind of see that one kind of bobbing up to the surface. And I have a little damselfly flying around here. And I see somebody down in there. Oh, there we go. That one I don't know if it's turning. They start out black, and then about 4 inches, they'll start to turn orange. But then you have some that's speckled. Kind of like a shabunkin, they call it. But they usually have white on them as well. Oh, I'm trying to not to fall. I got some lilies over here to show you. They finally came out. It's like the deer's been eating on them. Look at that. Oh, look. Gnawed every bit of the points off of that one. Didn't get to these, I guess. I don't know. There's another one. Oh, there's deer. Mom said they were eating everything she's got down there. Ate all the blooms off of something that she'd been waiting for to bloom. Oh, there comes Domino. That's my earless cat. She had sun problems on her ears because they're white. And then my roses, like I said, once they open, they're kind of ugly. And this is a rain chain. I ended up hanging it here. And you see it, it hangs and goes down. I think I lost my last couple of, but it's supposed to keep the rain kind of from spattering, you know, out of a gutter kind of a system. And then here's some of my flowers that I put up here. I don't have many. Over the years, I've kind of dwindled them down. This was my grandmother's cactus. That's why Dad got mad at Mom one winter and he tossed this cactus out into the snow. And I think it was out there for like 3 to 4 days. And I went out and got a piece of it and I've kept it ever since. And then this is my carrion cactus, which you won't notice it until the fall, but it gets a pod on it down near one of the lower areas, and it opens up into a big star, a 5-pointed star, and it's really pretty. Or it's got some red little hairy things inside. It draws bugs and eats bugs. It's not that pretty. But anyhow, that's about all the flowers that I have out here. Okay, I guess I'm going to go back in. Oh, there's another red hot poker. Wow. I used to have a peacock area right there, and it kind of went downhill. So, Domino, she says she's going to stay up here in the shade. But I'm going to go on in. I'll be getting to this darn pump here. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. No use doing anything. Okay, I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit and see if I can adjust it. There, I think that's good. But you've seen the front. It's got the little gears on the butterfly. And we did the cover on video, so you got to see that. I've got 2 little chains. I don't know if you ever saw that. That's holding the balloon to the butterfly. We got the pointy hand. We got the lock. I have the key inside. You wait. You tell me when you see the key. And then, of course, here's the tabs. And I'm going to be making another couple in this same style. This got chunky. I'm telling you, it got chunky on me. Oh, so, no, it's not that key, so don't yell. Don't yell yet. That's too tiny. I got the back cover on. I really like it. It turned out really nice. Oh, I got a little bit of a... I think I had it up on its nose because I was gluing something here to go back down, and I must have bent the nose. Okay, I got my remnant rubs out and did each one of the fronts of the tabs, the file folders. So I did things that sort of sounded like what you would have with moving or flying or traveling. So I have ticket and luggage. I have transportation. Wasn't too much to choose from. So you open it up, and we have our opening piece, which has the gentleman's attire. Remember, we got to lift up just a little bit because of those buttons are catching. I didn't fill this with anything. Whoops, I forgot. Anyhow, like I said, it got really, really chunky. I guess I could put this railroad ticket in here. Ooh, that would work. Yep, I'll put that in there. I'll find something else to tuck in it at some point. Or I'll just let whoever gets it, you know, do it. Now, if anybody's interested, just give me a yell. And, or you could go to my Rhoda's Junk page, which is listed down in the description box. And you can ask me how much I'm wanting for it. All right, so we have the little postcard over here with the train. And it goes with all the train items here. And that could be written on, has room. I wanted a little bit of writing space in this, but, you know, mostly it's not. It's not. So here's the real pretty pages that came out of that old steampunk book that I had. It has the glitter, like a charcoal glitter that goes around the outside of all the pages. So, and since I cut them down, you know, some of them don't have it. I have gauges and gears, and some of the things I planned to put in here didn't get put in here. There's a compass, This little balloon is on the next page over here. I love this one. This was added. This was on another page, and I just kind of cut it off and stuck it here because of that one. And this page has about luggage, because when we go over here, we're talking about travel. So we have means of travel. We have the bicycle. We have the balloon here. I've got a couple of gear stamps that I put here. I have a remnant rub down there. This was from my friend Victoria. I got a few of her cards that she gave me in here, and that could be journaled on. Don't forget this. And it's got Let's Explore on it. And I thought the colors went really, really well here. Now, this is that flip out that everybody wanted to see. It was a Stamperia flip out and a pocket. So it actually comes out this way. Let me move over. It comes out this way. And this is the piece that everybody said they didn't think looked that much like steampunk. So I wasn't sure to call this steampunk or steampunk inspired. I still have the kitty cat here, who looks like he's a person, and I think that was one of the aspects of steampunk, where animals try to look like people or something. This was one of my clear stickers that I did a while back that had the stays on it, and some of these came from an alchemy. Well, this one and this one came from an alchemy Stamperia pack, and I thought they kind of went with it. And here was London Saturday Journal. I thought I would put that in here, and it's got an old car underneath of it. There's planes and bicycles, all kinds of stuff on this page. World travel. And then over here was sort of a ticket. It had a compass on it. Here's the key. That's not the right key yet. No, don't be yelling. That's not the right key yet. That goes in the front lock. Then we have this that I thought, it's metal and it's a world. I thought it would work. But you could write on it as well. And then you get over here. Let me scooch it over now. And you've got the big pocket. So the big pocket has this in it. That was also part of the, I think the, is it the world travel? Travel around the world, 8x8. That's where this come from. And I thought that would work really well. It's pretty. You could actually write in it. That's kind of why I stuck it in here. And it just goes in there like that. And you can still see the word at the top. This has Paris, or the Eiffel Tower, on it. That's also from that Around the World 8x8. And it's got like a little tuck area up in here. You can make a tuck area. This also came from that same paper pad. And then this one came from the alchemy one. This whole base came from the alchemy. Now there's also a card over here that you can write. Well, I don't know that you can write on it. More than likely, if you covered the back and you wanted to write on it, you could. I just really like the colors. And then there's a tag from the alchemy. And then we have this side. And here was another one of those cards from Victoria. Adventure Ahead. I like that little balloon ship system there. That was really cute. So I kind of stuck it like that where you could see it. Now I have the Wherever You Go, Go With All Your Heart with the balloon on it. That came from Around the World. And the key came from the alchemy. And I put a boot in here. I have a stamp set. And it's got like a boot, and a corset, and a hat with the goggles and all that kind of thing. And I worked that in here as well as I could. Now over here was where the lady is. So that's kind of why it's on this side. I did a remnant rub. Another card from Victoria. I love this one. Isn't that cool? And it's like she's waiting to get on one of those Zeppelins. And then here's a stopwatch and her suitcase. She ready to go. And this one, I kind of played with it. Now, do you see it? Do you see it? Guess where that goes? Ching! It doesn't quite work, but it's supposed to. Okay, so I did a remnant rub here for skill and amusement only. I did one of these little fussy cuts from that old Stamperia pad. I did a stamp here. I did this from that Paper Studio thing, and I did 2 stampings of a light bulb. And if you see, that same light bulb is on here. These were from the back package of the remnant rubs, and it made the coolest little card. So I said, you know, that kind of reminds me of a hotel room key. And this came from, I think it was Walmart in the hardware department or something. It was leave all deliveries here, and I thought it looked so much like, you know, something you'd see at a doorway. So that's why the key, and it's 2 little foam pieces is holding it down. I put 2 brads in it just for looks, but it slips right behind there and hangs. I thought that was cute. And we're at the factory. This one has factory on it. This was from Chestita. My friend Chestita. I'm searching for words after I was in that heat out there. So she sent me that and 2 others. So I chose this one to go in here. It suited so well. Here was our little pocket flip thing that I did a video on. And I put this card in there because it has to do with the balloons. That could be written on. This could be written on. And this kind of, if you tilt it a certain way, holds that shut. And then you could write on the back. Now this, not so much. It's got words all over it. I did a remnant rub there. And here I did a fussy cut of this hat with goggles. And I put it on that owl. So, and this seems to be his family over here. But it had a bunch of numbers and stuff. And I thought, you know, that could pass. That could pass. It's got a key. I did a little gear and a butterfly up here. A watch there. And this little piece of paper with a bird. And then in here is, I forget, I don't know who sent me this. It was either Jody or it was Tommy. And I think it may have been Jody. So thank you, girl. And then I have a pocket that I got as a freebie from Pink Monarch Prints. And I just put that there and kind of tucked that down. That's the only thing I did in this section. Here are more of those crazy papers from that old Stamperia, or not Stamperia, Steampunk. Boy, they start the same, but they don't finish the same. All right, this is one of my puzzle pockets. I had seen everybody doing these puzzle pieces, and I thought, I want to do one, but mine is where you glue the one flat side and only the corners with a dot. And then you have where you can go in here this way with items and this way. And this is just a tag I made up long ago. It's got tea bag string on it. I didn't want to cut out all of these little typewriter key. And then something I did, I had squares. And then I had all these little clocks. And then I had eyelets. So I just combined them all together. And you can write on it. It's just got notebook paper back here. But it is a little bumpy. It's kind of hard to get in here at first because of all those little eyelets. So, and then this one just has like a, I don't know what that is. Something about baggage. Now this is the page I did the other day where I did the faux metal, faux rust. I wanted it to look like rust. And I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good for a first attempt. That was a first attempt. Now these little items, these cards here, the one back here as well, came from Victoria, but I did stamp the guy on the back side. And then it has, I'm so glad and then it's got a balloon. So he's here. And then she gave me this, and I had this little piece of luggage that was just hanging around in my steampunk. I keep wanting to say Stamperia. My steampunk basket over there. So I stuck that there, and I've got some of these gears that I made way back when. And here, okay, well, let's do this one first. So here, this pocket has a few more of those gears, and it's got the gauge stamped on it with a Zeppelin up there. and it's got Discover. That also was from Victoria. Thank you, girl. I did leave these showing. I didn't mind them that much since this is coppery over here. I just left them. I did put a whale tail on it to turn it, because this is those Viewmaster reels that I wanted to look like gears. They're a little weird. I did want where they matched right there to have something in there, but I ended up just putting a little gold dot. Now this over here, I haven't done it for a long time, but I'm kind of on the design team for Wonders by Wink on Etsy, and she has a Sherlock Holmes kit, and I thought that went right into the time period of all this, and I had wanted from the very start to have a piece here that was like a little notebook. So that's what I did. I copied off 3 pages from her kit, and this one had pipes on it. I had to trim it down a little bit, so I lost the pipes. But then it had violins on this side of it, and it's like a grid paper. And then there was just a few things on the other side. But it'll open completely. And the way I've got it secured in here is I took 3 brads and I measured and punched a hole for the 2 outer ones. And then if you don't have the type of thing that I used to punch with, I just used a pokey tool for the middle one, because I couldn't get in there with anything else. So I just poked my hole and put the brads in. Now I also left them naked, just in case somebody wanted to take this out or didn't like it or whatever. But I really liked how that turned out. And then we'll get to our next section. I didn't put anything in here, but this is a side tuck like that. And you can put something in there. I did do a remnant rub on it with Condemned. And it's got 2 of those, it's kind of shiny, isn't it? It's got 2 of those fussy cuts off of that one page. And then it has like a number something or other up here on the tab. And this is the key page. It's got the keys and the gears are on here. More of those fussy cuts. It has a tuck here that I haven't got anything in. I probably ought to put something in this one, or they won't even know. To tell you the truth. I'll find something skinny to put under there, because this thing I don't think could take much more. Now this is that piece that I made a while back, and as you can see, more gears, and I had these bubbly things from the Dollar Tree, and I didn't get to use any. They're going to have to go in the next journal. But you open it up like this, and it's got these cards in it that you can write on. And then it's just got like this blue in the background. I think that's what I picked to go with for this one. But, you know, it got the keys and the skeletons and the butterflies and screws. And then this goes back shut. And then you tuck it under this gear, and that keeps it shut. This was the, what did I call this thing? It was what I saw Lorette Chandler do. And these bulb clips always hang the wrong way for me. All right, I think that's right. But it does have this one little tag in it, but it's got 3 spots. 1, 2, and then 3. And I did a embossing folder on this middle one and try to make it look like metal. This little guy, he's on this page. And then on the opposite side, I have like a group of men. And they have the same system. They got the 1, the 2, and the 3. It was a page wrap. This was another one of those little foam stickers from Dollar Tree. And this was a button. I do this thing on my Rotish Junk page. If anybody hasn't checked that out, that it's almost every day. Not always, but almost. I will put a sneaky peek of the day there. And it's a picture of something I've made that hasn't been shown yet, filmed yet, but it's an upcoming in the week kind of a thing. Well, I'll ask them something about that item I made, and they have to guess. If they guess right, the top 3 guesses at the end of the month I'm going to give them a little freebie, a little something. I haven't figured it out yet exactly what. I may give them a choice. So if you would like to participate in that, go to the description box and just follow the link for Rotus Junk and check it out. It's sort of like a blog. It's not, I mean, I can sell things on it, but it's sort of like a blog. It's just like my daily thing to keep track of my milestones and that kind of stuff. All right, this page is just like a montage. I just I put something up here in this. I put this on here. That was already there, but it was really steampunky looking. Now this is my last page. This is where those woven pockets ended up. This was one of the sneaky peeks right here, and I had asked somebody what this was made out of or something. Well, somebody told me crackle paste, which was correct. I think that was Nasma. And then the other ones, 2 to 3 of them said woven paper strips. That was correct. That was the one I was looking for. Nasma, she goes out of the box on hers a lot of times, but she's always correct. Okay, here's another one of those hats with the goggles. These I did a long time ago, and I had these papers my friend gave me that she never really did anything with them. They had textures on them like burlap and cement and a saw blade. It was like metalworks kind of stuff. So I just took a bunch of negatives that came out of some die cuts and I just put them on here. And then I had some gears. I put some buttons. I don't know why the buttons are on there. And then I have do one thing every day that makes you happy, which is very true. So this just kind of tucks in here. This whole background is about travel. All of these backgrounds that are like this came from that one ephemera pad from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio. Over here was the dice. Now somebody told me the dice, probably, I think it was Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy, told me they kind of stood in because in the older days, Victorian times, dice games were very popular. So that's probably why they were in a steampunk book. Otherwise, I had no clue. And I've got a Explore down here. I cut out of another paper pad. And I didn't really put anything in here, but it is another pocket. Whoop. Get that in there. All right. Well, I really, really hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how I did. If I can call this steampunk or steampunk inspired. If you know. I will do one sometime in the future, but for right now, I'm going to go back to what I know best. Well, everybody, all my subscribers and viewers, I hope you have a great, great day. Go out and enjoy the sun if you're able to, or just look out the window and enjoy the breeze. All right, thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.